my name, and we're a company based in the ATU. We've been here for several years, and we're 20 technical experts in renewables and energy efficiency. And we're proud to say that we have 6 out of the 10 biggest energy companies in Europe as clients. But the other part of our business is not about big energy companies, it's about local energy, municipal partners, local authorities, and community energy. And it's from that it's from that work stream that we came up with this project with our partners in ATU and with a main driver from Gavin community. Where's Terry? Terry was a main driver of this project idea into ILDN. The core of this project is that we will develop a community-led retrofit service with the materials and tools and the techniques developed in the communities for communities to run retrofit projects, overcoming the barriers that they currently face. So we're focusing on the four counties that we're in, which have around 110,000 homes. And if we're to align that with national targets for retrofit, we would expect that 25,000 homes in those 4 counties need to be upgraded by 2030. We will be using our extensive contacts in the SEC network and all of the other networks that exist, like Tidy Towns and sports clubs. And I think when we look at this specific geography, we're looking at a number of key challenges, such as it being a transition region. So in practice, people don't have as much money to spend on retrofits as they might in other parts of the country. The dispersed population means that it's less attractive for retrofit contractors to do a bunch of houses in, for example, rural County Leitrim than it is in urban Tullamore or Mullingar or something like that. And there are considerable knowledge gaps on our side. We don't know everything. We don't know what community knows, and community doesn't know what we know. So there's some of the key challenges we need to overcome. We've got a great team involved in this at 3 levels. You'll see it here, where the steering group is comprised of the chief executives of the 4 local development companies with ILDN, ourselves, and ATU. And we'll be and some of our technical experience as well, and reporting to Pobble. We have a very strong technical officer, John. John comes to us from a contracting background, and his role is to pass out that contracting body of knowledge that he has developed over his career. And there's a second role, which is the technical trainer, which will be hosted in ATU, and we understand that's coming in the next couple of months. So the point here then is to transfer some of that technical knowledge, or a lot of that technical knowledge, to the community retrofit champions, and those people are the key role. Those people, I don't see Owen. Where's Owen?
Here.
Oh, there you are, Owen. And Kyle. So Owen and Kyle, they're our local champions. The idea here is that this is a full-time paid resource in the counties where we didn't have that resource before. It was always a stumbling block when we came to executing a project at local level, is that there's nobody to lift a phone, there's nobody to drive a project forward, and this is the point of this role. We've got a busy couple of years ahead. It breaks into a couple of key phases. This phase 1 is in effect underway already. It's the initial assessment of where we stand, and it's about a gap analysis of the knowledge that is available in the local community. So what do contractors know? Who has experience of retrofitting their homes? And equally, what do the community champions, what do they know about retrofitting? And building up that knowledge base. We need to understand some of the communities that we're working in. Some communities will not have those challenges that I described on the earlier slide. They'll be quite wealthy, they'll be well able to execute a project. So we need to have a different set of messages for those communities as for other communities in our 4 counties. And then we need to map out for each of those communities the routes to retrofitting their homes. Not every solution fits every house or every family, and not every solution fits every house or family at the stage that you find them. So it really needs to be very flexible, and that's phase 2. So the phase 2 is local project building, putting together groups of homes that are the same, that can go into a fund, taking a group of homes that are very different and putting them into different funds. So being flexible, transferring the knowledge from our from our technical to our community champions, and we see knowledge going 2 directions in this project. So we expect that technical knowledge on home energy upgrades will be coming from us and from John, and how to design a project, how to get And when I say project, not a physical project, but a group of properties to go into a funding application. We expect that the communities will be learning by doing a lot of the work themselves. We'll be guiding them, but they'll be doing the work themselves. And in this scenario, where a toolkit at the end of this is a vital component, and its repeatability is so important, we'll be learning things like how to establish community-centered energy working groups. You know, we think we know how to do it, but we probably don't. We're going to find out fairly quickly that we don't know everything. And that's the challenge for us, is to try and capture those learnings and document them into a toolkit. So so the approach is then the replication potential of this we think is very considerable, in what we expect is that when we get these toolkits up and running, that we'll have an ability to replicate in Donegal, Mayo and Galway, and that would quadruple the number of homes that we could target from this project. We think it could lend itself pretty well to other sustainability initiatives around biodiversity, community-led biodiversity, local energy generation, again community-led, and then potentially even carbon trading co-ops. We don't know what comes next in sustainability, but the repeatability of taking some technical knowledge, finding the local community where you can partner with their local knowledge is for us it's a huge potential bonus. So I'd just like to conclude by saying, if you have an idea for a project, talk to one of the community champions or to John. Specifically, if you have an idea about a public-facing retrofit project, that's the key of this initiative. And finally, just to thank Pobble, thank the Minister and his team, and thank Paul Kenny for getting us all together here today. And thanks to you all for attending. It's great to see a good turnout, and I'd be grateful if you could give a round of applause for the people who started the project. So thanks very much.